Okay.
Well, thank you, Ammaar.
Or nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yes.
Okay.
So you do know about
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, about the 2024 moon.
The moon launch that is
and-
about to happen.
And you saw it on Twitter.
And I did.
Yeah.
I got the information from Twitter via NASA's Twitter page and also other programs. But you hear about it, obviously, online and stuff. The SpaceX program that you were talking about, the launch, that you were saying it was to decide whether they would be able to send astronauts up there. And hopefully it goes successfully. I mean, who knows? But I believe in Elon Musk. I think he has that, he has the system down to where it is, and he's a genius. So, that works. But, no.
So if you could go to space on, the Falcon Falcon 9 crew mission, would you?
I would.
You would?
I definitely would.
Would you go to the moon?
I would love to go to the moon.
Oh,
my
wow.
gosh. I would love to, space travel, that is definitely something I would look forward to. Definitely. In terms of, like, the training that you might need to get to that, I don't know if I could pass that training, but if I did, that would be awesome. That would definitely be awesome, because I know it's intensive, super intensive. But yeah,
So I guess you're excited about us going
a
back
little.
to the moon.
Yes, I definitely am. We need space travel. We need definitely space exploration. That has to be definitely like going into the future. You have to do space exploration. There's just so much out there that we don't know about, and you want to discover that. So yeah, absolutely.
So what would you say to people that, because I've asked a lot of people this, about 28 people so far.
Okay.
Most of them don't know about it.
Really? Oh,
And-
okay.
Yeah, I know. So I was like, whoa, here's...
There's one that I do. It's just those things, especially when it comes to technology and stuff like that, or anything that has related to where we're going into the future and looking beyond that. It's important that, space travel, exploration, all these technologies that enable us to do that, it's required, you know what I mean? You want to learn about the universe, you want to learn about, existence. There's so much that goes with it, and that's exciting to me, so definitely keep up with that, for sure.
It's exciting to me too, but I've talked to some people.
Okay.
And they're like, I've heard some negative reactions. I was kind of curious on what your thoughts were.
Personally, I think it's great. It's definitely something that has to be done, and I know we had a great. I wouldn't say. Well, let's say it was great, but it was short-lived, I guess. And then people really gave up on like space exploration. Now it's more until Elon Musk brought it back into the spotlight with the SpaceX programs and stuff. So now people are actually interested and intrigued by what's to come, because he's done it successfully so far. So if that keeps on going with that track record, I think definitely that there is a possibility that we could go to space and stuff. And I would love to know more about planets on other, galaxies. Hopefully, that's too far ahead. But in our own system, you know what I mean?
I mean, at least like Moon, Mars.
Absolutely. Somewhere close by that, Mars, obviously, the closest. That's the one, you want to get to. Where I think Elon Musk wants to like build and his own little, I don't want to say, I forgot the term, but it was something he wants to get on Mars, pretty much. And he wants to do stuff on Mars. And I'm excited about that, for sure.
And some people say, why are we spending this money on space exploration when we have trouble here on Earth?
True.
And what's your reaction to that?
When it comes to that, there's a lot of things. Obviously, there's a lot of things going on our own planet that we have to focus on. But at the same time, if there's a dedicated team or a specialist that work towards space travel, that's a different problem altogether. They can handle that part, and then obviously there's money that they have to equate. But like in terms of space, I feel like if we did put money into it back then as a continuous project instead of cutting out funding or something in certain places, it would be awesome. We would probably be in a different place right now. I wouldn't say but technology-wise, you'd learn more about what's out there and stuff. When it comes to that, I totally agree that we should definitely, I know it sounds selfish that, even though we have so many things going on over here, space is just the unknown, and you want to know about it, you know what I mean? So to me, I think it's perfectly fine.
And it's not like, back whenever we went to the moon the first time, in 1969, there were several billion less people on Earth.
There were.
And
were.
it seems like now we have several billion more minds that could be working on these other problems.
Exactly, and you
So-
have so many scientists, so many physicists, so many just people that are now, the knowledge that you had before in the 60s doesn't compare to the knowledge that we have today. And that increment of time within 40 to 50 years, it's skyrocketed in how much we know in that like little bit of time. And
Right.
to think now, maybe 50 more years from now, where we could be with that. You know what I mean? If it was dedicated space funding, it's dedicated like, you know, like explorations. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I am definitely keen to know what's out there. Definitely.
I definitely agree with you. Okay, now one other negative thing
Okay.
that I heard, I was kind of curious and getting
Tell
your
me.
thoughts on how you would say, is we've messed up the Earth. Let's not mess up the moon too.
That is true. I don't think the moon can be messed up, but definitely there has to be precautions, of course. There has to be systems in place about what's, you know, obviously in space, so there's no like territory, I guess you could say. But, you know, it comes with like a general, like just a feel of like, hey, maybe let's do it differently. Let's do it better, or let's do it in a way where we have things that we know what we're going in there for, and you do that exactly. But yeah, you know, I feel it.
And it's kind of ironic if you
Okay.
think about it, because like in 1968, we sent Apollo 8 around the moon.
We did.
And they took a picture of Earth from the moon, you know, the Earthrise photo. And then some people credit that with like environmentalism, like Earth Day. Like in 1970 was when the EPA got founded.
Okay.
And things like that. So it's kind of ironic that going to the moon and looking at the Earth leads to a sense of environmentalism and messing up things that then keeps us from going back. It's
True.
like-
Now here's the thing. That's why you want to get it right. You know what I
Right.
mean? You want to have, like I said, systems in place, and there are probably people way above like my pay grade to know all this, but they have probably systems, I imagine, in place later to you know, get those things done, taken care of. But I believe you know, if everything goes, if you have good intentions, if you have like, you know, a good system in place, I think it should be okay. But definitely space. I love space, so I definitely think space should be the next step for sure in terms of exploration.
I just, I'm wondering if you heard of some other companies. How about Blue Origin?
I have not heard of it.
Now, Blue Origin is the space company that Jeff Bezos started, the founder of Amazon.
Okay.
And they actually have a 6-person capsule called New Shepard
Okay.
that will take you on a suborbital flight, like 100 miles up
okay.
and down, and you get to experience.
Just like for like leisure, I want to say.
Leisure,
For,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that would be super expensive, obviously. You know, that those tickets. I can only imagine how expensive that would be. But that would, if given the chance, I would love to definitely take that. That would be amazing, just to see what it's like to look from above and stuff. People at the International Space Station, they see that like all the time. And it's like, it's a great sight. I want to see this planet, like your entire planet is
Right.
there. And if that, you know, if I got that opportunity to be there, I would definitely check it out for sure.
Well, I plan to do 1,810 more of these videos.
Hey.
And I was wondering if you had any advice to me, like how should I approach it, questions I should ask,
Honestly,
that type of thing.
The question that you asked right now, that was perfect. Like just more or less, like if you're into space exploration, like what would you recommend or stuff like that. But you got it. Yeah, that was really good. That was good. Hey, I'm good. Good luck to the next 1,800 people a day. Hey, that works. You still got time. But I mean, there's probably going to be a few in there that actually are really keen about space. So definitely, I'm definitely one of them for sure.
Well, that sounds great.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you again.
Absolutely. Thank you.